Novelette. After dashing to her bedroom, Jessica answered the phone call that had been transferred there.
もしもしお待たせバートラー6年も音沙汰なしとはどういうつもりだ久しぶりだなお、そうなのか
We're not gonna hear Battler's side of this conversation, are we?
知るかよそんなのうぜえぜじゃあ今年の親族会議はちゃんと来るわけだろ6年ぶりだな
5 businessmen in expensive suits were visiting in the parlor, giving Klaus and Natsuhi a progress report on their business. Spread out on the table were the blueprints and designs for a building, as well as documents related to expenditures and the like. So packed that even a teacup would have gotten in the way. Officially, they were here to give Klaus a progress report. But in actuality, Klaus had called them all the way over to Rokenjima so that Natsuhi could hear from them directly. This was because Natsuhi needed to hear someone other than her husband explain what condition their business was in. In short, even though another family conference without Kinza was approaching, their business had not yet earned them any money. After telling the guests to wait for a short while and make themselves at home, Klaus took Natsuhi out into the hall and once again summarized the situation.
つまり、我々の想像をはるかに超えて、事業は素晴らしくうまくいっていると彼らは言っているのだ。ここで私と知事との私的なコネクションが大きく効いてきた。もはや絶対に釣り落とすことはない。それどころか、例の委任状だけでなく、これまでの損失さえも一気に取り戻すことが可能なくらいの大きな話になりつつあるのだ。
Why am I hesitant to believe you? Why am I hesitant to believe him? Klaus spoke passionately. This made things seem all the more suspicious to Natsuhi. I'm not the only one. But this time, at least, she had to admit that everything really did seem to be going well. Certainly, this business Klaus boasted of had expanded in scope over the last year, and was promising an even greater payoff than had been anticipated in the beginning. Investors were gathering, jumping on the bandwagon of their own accord, and the business was rapidly gathering funds. It was a perfect example of the saying, money makes money. This was probably the greatest success of Klaus's life so far. It probably would become his greatest success yet. That point was where Natsuhi's misgivings lay. True, it was certain, and as Klaus had said, they couldn't lose this catch now. Wouldn't lose this catch now. However, the fish on the line had gotten too big.
必ず釣り上げられる魚だ。何も焦る必要はないのだよ。親父が生きていたなら、ぜひ見せて誇りたいほどの大成功なのだ。
You have guests! Dude! You have guests right now! Why doesn't they overhear you?
ええ、それは分かっています。ですがあなたは昨年、私に約束したはずです。必ず1年で何とかできると。
A pained look rose to Klaus's face. They certainly had hooked a fat fish that guaranteed a great success. However, it would require an appropriate amount of time to reel it in. Natsuhi pressed Klaus, asking if there was any way for them to make money before this year's family conference. But Klaus kept saying that he needed just one more year. That's even more suspicious. Oh boy, Klaus. Klaus planned to use this unprecedented? Yeah, unprecedented. Klaus planned to use this unprecedented success as a springboard to future endeavors. Because of this, he didn't want to do anything that would raise suspicions by making it seem they were rushing to get money. Certainly, fortune tends to turn against people who take it for granted, even in the slightest. There's a saying about hasty anglers. On many occasions before now, Klaus had gotten cold feet and sold businesses that would surely have brought in a profit had he just waited. And had, in effect, given away his winning picks. Natsuhi also knew this. She knew that guts were the thing her husband lacked most. That was why she was unable to refuse when Klaus said he wanted to prudently wait just one more year. Oh no. Oh no! Please don't tell me Natsuhi went up to hang out with the dead body in the study. Please don't tell me she went to hang out with the dead body in the study.
順調でよかったではないか。ということはどうやら私はもうしばらくここで幽霊を続けねばならぬようだな。
まんざらでもなかろうが。
Maybe it's just Kenzo and Beatrice talking.
そなたの命など、この世を去ればすぐに悪魔どもに食い尽くされる運命よ。
申し訳ありません。
Oh no!
お父様。
No! Oh, Natsuhi, no! Oh god! He's hanging out with a dead body.
また今年もお父様にはお休みいただけないかもしれません。
よい、気にするな、夏日。後宮家当主はすでに私ではない。書斎の幽霊はおとなしく、現在の当主の命令に従うべきだ。クラウスの資料は読ませてもらったが、なかなかに悪くない。
No, man. The more I look into this situation, the sadder it gets. Because Natsuhi is just hanging out with a dead body right now and having a conversation with it and an imaginary witch. If I don't put any love into my interpretation, that's what's going on right now. Yeah, without love, her illusion cannot be seen, and oh jeez. Okay, I should start seeing a little bit more love now, so that I can be less disturbed for the rest of this video, because we are starting off with a very disturbing scene when you think about it.
お父様からご覧になってもですか？
わらわから見てもなかなかのものよ。誰もが勝利を確信し、相当の魔力が集中している。その結果、さらに勝利が熱くなり、ますますに人と魔力を集め黄金を生み出そうとしている。錬金術の王道を見事に体現しているぞ。
ほう。黄金の魔女の太鼓判までつくなら、これは心強い。喜べ、夏日。このクラウスの事業は必ずや後宮家の危機を救うだろう。
ありがとうございます。そしてそのためにまた。
もう一度親族会議を乗り越えねばならんな。
Oh no, I'm starting to lose my loving interpretation as I thought about how much Kenzo's body must have decayed by now. It's been a year and a month since he died. Wait, did they mummify Kenzo? Okay, that's even worse if they mummified him. No, they didn't mummify him. They stuffed him. That's even worse. That's even worse.
ええ、昨年はうまくやり過ごせたつもりですが、不審に思う親族も現れるでしょう。今年は正念場になると思います。
去年の親族会議の時、ひょっとしたらもう一度同じことになるかもしれぬと予見したそなたは正しかったな。
最悪のケースを想定するのは魔女ならずとも世渡りの基本だ。それで今年はどうする？
去年同様、会議当日はお父様の秘密を知る使用人を集中的に配置します。お父様の不在を気取る親族もすでにいるかもしれません。不用意な演出はむしろ馬脚を表す危険性もあります。
過ぎたるは及ばざるがごとしとも言う。なればどうする？
今年は昨年とは逆に最後まで書斎をお出にならないという筋書きでいこうと思います。
それがよかろうな。籠城は単純にして最後の切り札だ。
So wait, does Jessica know about Kinzo being dead or not? Because she lives in that mansion, and after not seeing her grandfather for a year, wouldn't she be a little bit suspicious? I would hope that she would at least be a little bit concerned that she hasn't seen her grandfather for a year, so... Did her parents tell her about her grandfather's death? But if they did, wouldn't she whistleblow them? Because I don't think Jessica would actually stand by her parents' side if they're covering up their father's death. I don't think Jessica would, really accept that, so I don't think they told her. I don't think they told Jessica, but has Jessica just, ignored the fact that she hasn't seen her grandfather for like a year? Oh my god, Jessica! Well, okay, it's kind of obvious that Jessica didn't really like Kinzo that much, so maybe she doesn't care, but at the same time, he's your fucking grandpa!
どれほど屋敷が毒素に満ちようとも、この部屋を密室結界に閉ざす限り、金蔵の存在を否定することはできぬ。それはわらわも保証する。だが、籠城すれば囲まれるは必至。
承知しています。それでも何卒もう一度だけお父様とベアトリーチェの力をお貸しください。
私は新しき当主の命令には逆らえぬ。そして幽霊もまた聖者の命令には逆らえぬしな。この部屋から出るなというのであればそれに従おう。
ありがとうございます。
わらわは嫌だぞ。力を貸せと願われても願いごときでは聞いてやれぬ。
How about a demand?
ええ、あなたは顧問錬金術師ですから貸せと願いません。貸しなさいと命じます。
There we go.
あなたの魔法だけが頼りです。その力でもう一度だけお父様の幻想を。
ならばよし。心得たぞ。そなたの貫禄、なかなかに心地よし。
Voiceless. From the shadows of the study, Valor watched the exchange between these three.
なるほどな。そして、今年の親族会議を迎えるわけだ。じい様は不機嫌だからと書斎に閉じこもり、誰の前にも姿を現さない。
Natsuhi spoke boldly, saying that she would find a way to overcome this year's crisis and protect the Ushimiya family honor to the end. Kinzo praised her, saying that he was relieved to hear it, and trusted her to succeed. Beato also praised her, saying that Natsuhi's dignity was even more fitting for the family head than Klaus's. However, right now, the true number of people in this room was. At the same time I thought that, no, just because I thought that, Beato grabbed her chest and moaned.
安心しろ。ここはゲーム版のまだ外だ。だから俺はそこにいるお前やじいさまを否定はしない。
As Beato tried to hold back the pain deep inside her chest, I put my hand on hers. I already told Burncastle. Denying the witch illusions in just the 2-day period of the 1986 family conference is enough.
お前は前回、全ゲームの開始時にじいさまが死んでることを赤で宣言した。しかし、ゲーム開始以前のじいさまの生死については言及していない。つまり、今この場にじいさまが存在していても、何の矛盾もないってわけだ。
You know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird seeing Valor make his own, theories of the possibility that the witch illusions are true, except for in the 2-day period of the family conference. It's weird because this blue right here, kind of in a way, kind of states that he believes in magic except for the 2-day period of when everyone died during the family conference. That's how I'm seeing this blue right here. So, Valor right now is doing some weird mental gymnastics so that he can deny everything that's going on in the 2-day period, but everything outside of that, that could definitely be magical. What the heck? This is actually kind of weird. Seeing Valor use the blue to, in a way, say that magic could exist, but not during the time of the family conference. My hand that was touching her let off a faint blue light, which seeped into her chest. That light tenderly wrapped itself around the splinters in Beato's chest.
そして、この場にいるベアトリーチェの存在だって否定することはできない。ゲーム版の外、すなわち1986年10月4日以前の島の人数については赤で宣言されていないんだ。だから、ここにベアトリーチェが存在しても何もおかしいことはない。
I mean, this still fits in the, rules of the game, but slightly, Valor is using the blue to confirm something slightly magical, I think. Oh. Beato's expression softened slightly. My blue light slowly started to melt the red splinters that denied the witch illusion. Beato still wore the same sad expression, but she lifted her face and looked me right in the eye. Even though she was silent, her eyes told me that the pain had gone away. The feelings that showed in her eyes were gratitude for taking the pain away, and appreciation, or was it surprise, that I had left even a tiny bit of leeway for witches to exist. Unable to look directly at those pure eyes of her, I automatically averted my gaze.
誤解すんなよ。魔女の存在を認めたり、あるいは屈したつもりもねえ。俺はお前とのゲームに勝つために、その部分だけに徹して、ストイックに戦いたいだけだぜ。 ゲーム版の外でまで嫌がらせをするほど趣味は悪くねえからな。
That line gives off so much tsundere energy. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't plan on accepting witches or surrendering. At the same time, I'm also gonna do that, but it's not because I'm gonna accept you, it's just that I felt like doing this. Beato hung her head. I was still facing away from her. And yeah, the detail of him not even looking at her as he said that definitely gives off tsundere energy. However, we waited wordlessly for a while, my hand still on hers. By now, no one would believe that this woman with sad eyes was the same person as that prideful Beato. So, I asked once more. Even though I said it aloud, it wasn't a question to her. I was asking myself.
お前は一体何を考えていたんだ。そうさ。俺はラムダデルタのゲームを通じてでもお前を探さなくちゃならない。お前が何を考え、何をしようとしていたのかもな。
Very soon, this game will also reach October 4th, 1986. The fifth game will finally begin. And this time, I'll reach the end. The end of that journey.
殺人がとかトリックがとかそういう上辺だけじゃない。お前が黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェが何を考え何のためにそうしたのか、何を望んでいたのか、それをたどる。
That's right. I already know the method for reaching the end of that journey. And I've been shouting it since the very beginning.
今こそチェス盤をひっくり返そう。この物語を俺側からじゃなくお前側からの目線で物語を紐解く。そして今度こそお前を理解しよう。そしてお前の心臓にたどり着く。痛みなんか感じさせない。安心しろ。あの魔女どものおもちゃになどもうこれ以上させないからな。
Beato looked up at me again and gave a small nod. That's right. The position of the game master might have been snatched up by Lambda Delta. However, as long as I continue this contest with the intent of fighting against Beato, our fight will continue no matter who controls the game board. Very soon, the curtain will rise on our game. Ooh, this is exciting. Thunberg Lily.
今年の親族会議でも親方様の秘密を隠さねばならん。
はい、心得ております。
同じ手がもう一度通じるか疑問だな。
奥様も同じご懸念を持たれている。そのため今年は書斎から一切お出にならない方向で行くことになった。
つまりずっと書斎にこもられていることにするというわけですか？
うん。そして書斎に入ることが許されているのは我ら三人、片翼の翼を許された使用人だけだ。
ということは僕たち3人で親方様の嘘を突き通さなくちゃならないわけか。
そうだ。親族の方々は親方様の具合や機嫌などを問い詰めてくるだろう。よどみなく答え、不審に思われることがなきよう注意するように。
はい、心得ました。
姉さんはすぐドジるからな。むしろ当日は風邪か何か理由をつけて欠席した方がいいんじゃない？
Cannon!
そんなひどい。
Cannon wasn't just saying that to make fun of Shannon. He simply wanted to release her from the stresses they would face that day as they took on the critical task of concealing Kinzo's death.
源氏様、シャノンがシフトに入る必要はないのでは？僕たちだけで十分やります。
それはできん。奥様から我ら3人は必ずシフトに入るようにとの言命だ。
はい、やり遂げる覚悟です。
ドジらないでよ。
ドジりません。
Shannon grew sullen, and Cannon shrugged. Then Genji told them that they weren't taking this seriously enough.
シャノン、カノン、すでにお仕えする親方様はお亡くなりになっている。しかし、本当の意味でお亡くなりになるまで、我らの奉仕は続く。あの書斎は無人ではない。今なお、親方様がおられ、日々の研究に勤しまれているのだ。それを深く心得よ。
はい、源氏様。
Oh. Okay.
お父様がすでに亡くなっている。
Dead angle. Oh.
そんなバカな。
まあまあ。
Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait. Are we gonna see the points of views of the other parents before the conference? And their suspicions about what's going on in the manor? Oh my god. This is interesting.
例えの話や。武田信玄はその死を3年の間秘密にするよう遺言したっちゅう有名な故事があるやろ。
Takeda Shinjin?
知らんか？
Hold on. I'm gonna look up who Takeda Shinjin is. Takeda Shinjin, born December 1st, 1521, and died May 13th, 1573, of Kai Province, was a preeminent daimyo in feudal Japan, known as the Tiger of Kai. He was one of the most powerful daimyos with exceptional military prestige in the late stage of the Sengoku period. Shinjin had been a warlord of great domestic skill and competent military leadership. Ah, Takeda Shinjin. Alright, I'll probably read this Wikipedia page after this episode, but that's interesting. Oh yeah, Hideyoshi's a big fan of Japanese history, so most definitely he is going to make a reference to, a Japanese historical figure. I'm definitely going to look more into Takeda Shinjin after this video, but I'm going to continue on playing the game.
そんな話もあったかしら。日本史はよくわかんない。
当時武田は織田や徳川との戦の真っ最中だった。そこで信玄が死んだなんて話になったら戦況に悪影響が出るやろ。そやから自分の死を3年隠すように遺言したんや。秀吉かてそうやで。主君織田信長の死を敵方に知られんように徹底的に情報規制を行い。
Okay, I do know who Oda Nobunaga was. I know who Oda Nobunaga was. But I'm gonna look him up anyway. Oda Nobunaga was born on July 3rd, or maybe June 23rd, in 1534, and died June 21st, 1582. was a Japanese daimyo and one of the leading figures of the Sengoku period. He is regarded as the first great unifier of Japan. Nobunaga was head of the very powerful Oda clan and launched a war against the other daimyos to unify Japan in the 1560s. Nobunaga emerged as the most powerful daimyo, overthrowing the nominally ruling shogun Ashikaga Yoshiaki and dissolving the Ashikaga shogunate in 1573. He then conquered most of Honshu and defeated the Ikoiki rebels by the 1580s. Nobunaga's rule was noted for innovative military tactics, fostering free trade, reform of Japan's civil government, and encouraging the start of the Momoyama historical art period, but also for the brutal suppression of opponents, eliminating those who refused to cooperate or yield to his demands. Nobunaga was killed in the Honnoji incident in 1582 when his retainer, Akechi Mitsuhide, ambushed him in Kyoto and forced him to commit seppuku. Nobunaga was succeeded by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who alongside Tokugawa Ieyasu completed his War of Unification shortly afterwards. Nobunaga was an influential figure. My apologies. Nobunaga was an influential figure in Japanese history, and is regarded as one of the three great unifiers, along with his retainers, Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Toyotomi Hideyoshi would later unite Japan in 1591 and invade Korea a year later. However, in 1598, he died, and Tokugawa Ieyasu took power after the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, becoming shogun in 1603, and ending the Sengoku period. Oda Nobunaga.
素早く毛利と和解して中国大返しを行い明智を討ったんやないか。
Okay, I'm gonna look up one more thing. What is the Battle of Yamazaki? And yes, I'm giving a slight Japanese history lesson that I'm also learning for the first time. The Battle of Yamazaki, Yamazaki no Takakai, was fought in 1582 in Yamazaki, Japan, located in current-day Kyoto Prefecture. This battle is sometimes referred to as the Battle of Mount Tenyo-san no Takakai. In the Honnoji incident, Akechi Mitsuhide, a retainer of Oda Nobunaga, attacked Nobunaga as he rested in Honnoji and forced him to commit seppuku. Mitsuhide then took over Nobunaga's power and authority around the Kyoto area. 13 days later, Oda's forces under Toyotomi Hideyoshi met Mitsuhide at Yamazaki and defeated him, avenging his lord, Nobunaga, and taking Nobunaga's authority and power for himself. The Battle of Yamazaki. And yes, this is the first time I've heard of this, and this might be the first time some of you down in the comments have heard of this as well. I just want to, look things up as I'm playing games so that, I can kind of understand the context as to what the characters are referring to. Even though these, little bits that I look up while recording videos may not be that important to the story, it's important to me because I do want to understand more of what the characters are talking about and some of the, cultural details that are added into, games. So yeah, that's why I look stuff up while recording videos. Of course, I'm only looking into, basic, synopsis of the events and people that the game mentions, so I don't go too much into detail about the things that I look up while recording, but afterwards, I always read the complete Wikipedia pages about the things I look up because, well, I just want to learn more about them. So yeah, I do apologize if I seem to, be cutting away from the game several times while recording this video. I'm still invested in the game, but I do also want to know, some of the things that they're mentioning.
一方の柴田勝家はそこで失敗したんや。
Shibata Kasue. Alright. Oh boy, this video is going to become Michael doesn't know Japanese history, is it? Shibata Katsue. Shibata Katsue, born in 1522 and died in June 14th, 1583, or Ganroku, was a Japanese samurai and military commander during the Sengoku period. he served Oda Nobunaga as one of his trusted generals, was severely wounded in the 1571 siege of Nagashima, but then fought in the 1577 battle of Todorigawa.
敵の上杉に信長の死を知られ、思わぬ反撃を受けて足止めを食らい、その後の秀吉との後継者争いで大きく遅れを取ることになったんや。
Hideyoshi, who had a strong fascination with the commanders of the Sengoku period, would always show off his knowledge whenever he got the chance. Wincing slightly, Ava made him get back to the point. Aw, let the man talk, he's really passionate about the Sengoku period.
早い話が、わしは去年の親族会議からずっと違和感をとったんや。
あれは私やルドルフが遺産の話をしてたのを廊下のお父様に聞かれてしまって、それで。
そこや。夏井さんや使用人たちはどこそこにお父さんがいた、不機嫌そうだったと口を揃えたが、わしら親族は誰一人お父さんを見てないんやで。
もしあなたの想像が本当なら、どういうこと？兄さんが遺産の独り占めを狙ってるということ？
もちろん死んだことを隠すなんてかなり危険なことや。果たして遺産を独り占めするためだけにそれだけのことをクラウスさんがやってのけるのか、わしも確信は持てん。だが可能性はある。
確かに兄さんは昔から強欲よ。兄弟全員でと受け取ったものを着服するなんてよくあることだったわ。
クラウスさんはわしら兄弟の中では一番裕福なはずや。そんなクラウスさんがお父さんの死を隠すなんて、危険を冒してまで遺産の独り占めを目論むとは、わしにはちょいと信じられんのだがな。だがそう疑いたくなるくらい去年の親族会議はおかしかったんやで。
Ava and the others were painfully aware of how reckless it would be to try to see Kinzo, knowing that he was in a bad mood. I'm gonna repeat that. Ava and the others were painfully aware of how reckless it would be to try to see Kinzo, knowing that he wasn't in a bad mood. So ever since hearing about Kinzo getting into a terrible mood during last year's family conference, they had never actively tried to contact him. That was why, until this very day, it hadn't occurred to them to find it suspicious that Kinzo never showed himself.
確かに疑ってみる価値はあるわね。でも本当に兄さんがお父様の死を隠すなんて大それたことをするかしら。傲慢なくせにおかしなところで小心な人よ。そんな一世一代の大博打を本当にするかしら。
いずれにせよ今年の会議ではきっちりお父さんのご尊顔を拝謁した方がええやろな。
非常に良くない噂さ。どうやら兄貴の事業は俺たちの想像を超えて手ひどく失敗してるらしい。相当の損失を抱えてて表向きを取り繕うだけで精一杯らしい。
So business was not going too well, wasn't it? I'm not surprised.
つまりクラウスさんからお金を借りるのはとても難しいことというわけね。
ああ、泣けてくる。
クラウスさんにとって経済的に困窮していることはある種の弱みにはならないの？
弱み？そりゃ投資家は超えてるから投資家なんだぜ。実は金欠だなんてことになったら誰も見向きもしねえ。
信用第一の世界なのね。
Suspicious scent. Kyrie smelled thinly. Oh, here we go. Rudolph was taken aback by that smile. He had figured that his plan, which involved raising money to get him out of his current mess by borrowing from the affluent Klaus, would all come to nothing now that they knew Klaus himself was in financial trouble.
クラウスさんの信用はクラウスさんのこれからのお仕事に必要だろうけれど、私たちのこれからには必要ないわ。
兄貴をゆするってのか。
私だったら嫌よ。血のつながった兄弟を貶めるなんて。
It was Kyrie's idea! Oh my god! Oh man, Kyrie! That is so devious! At the same time, that is actually really... I have to say, I actually find this really amusing. I find this really amusing. Even though, yes, it is horrible that they're going to extort money from Klaus. At the same time, though, it is kind of clever. Though, very shitty. It is very shitty to extort money from your siblings like this, but at the same time, it is amusing to, read in a game. Rudolph felt a shiver go up his spine at Kyrie's cold smile. At times, Kyrie was able to throw away all compassion and speak in an extremely ruthless manner. Whenever he felt that, Rudolph thought about how he never wanted to have her as his enemy.
他に金策があるなら、お兄さんを脅迫なんてしたくないものだわ。
You seem to be having way too much fun thinking about this, though.
あったら悩んだりしねえ。
Oh, okay. Rudolph was quick to get in on the idea.
選択の余地のない問題で悩むのは人生の無駄だと思わない？
Rudolph stopped talking, folded his arms, and lowered his gaze. Even now, Rudolph had a kind of fear of Klaus due to his violence when they were young. And now, Rudolph would be the one to threaten him. That meant Rudolph would also have to fight against his childhood trauma. So to give her husband a little push, Kyrie smiled reassuringly, and perhaps coldly.
つくづく信用で仕事をしたくないものだわ。信用ほど積み上げるのに苦労して失う時が一瞬なんて割の合わない投資はない。
そうだな。世の中100の信用より1枚の診察だ。
クラウスさんが大きな損失を出していると言っても、私たちの急場をしのぐためのお金くらいは十分用意できるはず。もちろんクラウスさんのこれまでの信用を換金してお金を作ってもらうことになる。
Oh my god! I don't know too much about business and finances, but this sort of thing, kind of in a way, is fucking over Klaus. Klaus is already fucked, but they're putting him into a deeper hole in this.
こいつはやばい話になるな。
十分な備えが必要よ。私たちには時間も失敗も許されてない。そうだったわね。私の京都の友人たちにそういうのを洗うのが上手な人たちがいるわ。あまり世話になりたくない連中なんだけど、一度会ってもらってもいい？
Wait a second. Is she referencing the Sumaderas? Is she referencing the Sumaderas, her family? Or maybe it's someone else that was associated with the Sumaderas? Oh my god.
領収書は切れないけど、きっと投資に見合うだけのものを調べ上げてくれるわ。
Oh my god. Are we gonna get to Rosa now? Yep. Wishing gold. Symbolo.
マリアも元気よ。そちらは大きなお世話よ。ありがとう。え？ さあ、スケジュールを見てみないとわからないけど。
Rosa was talking to Rudolph over the phone. Rosa rarely received calls from her older siblings, so she braced herself for something serious.
実は次の親族会議についてちょいと兄貴抜きで意見を調整したいんだ。
エヴァ姉さんとルドルフ兄さんと私の3人で頭痛の増えそうな話ね。
電話じゃ詳しくは話せない。だがお前にとって聞く価値のある話のはずだ。
それはいい話？
もちろん姉貴は乗り気だぜ。
姉さんは？
ローザには賛同してほしいだけだ。金を出せとかそういう話じゃない。俺たち3人が全員結束してることがまず大事なんだ。わかるな。
Rosa let out a sigh. She did so because, in the past, when Rudolph and Ava got into a fight with Klaus, they often used a tone like this to drag her into it.
先に教えて。その話は私も得をする話よね。
ああ、俺たち3人で2億ずつせしめる。うまくいけばそれ以上も引っ張れるかもしれない。お前の借金それでチャラだろ。
それはいつまで差し上げられるの？
Well, she didn't need any convincing to get her into this plan. She didn't need to get any convincing to get into this plan. Even though she might be involved with other plans as well to get money. Maybe. You know, after I posted that video, I began to realize so many holes that was in my Rosa theory, but honestly, the Rosa theory is all I got because I can't think of anyone else but Rosa being possibly involved with what happened in Rokijima in the past 4 games. Though, there is a big part of me that also, you know, wants to deny my own Rosa theories. And I'm the one who made them, but I also want to poke holes into my own theories. I'm just enjoying the game at this point.
もちろん年度内だ。俺も助かる。姉貴も助かる。そしてローザも助かるってわけだ。三方丸く収まる。
姉さんが話に乗るくらいには勝算があるのね。
話を聞く気になったか。ちょいと急だが、次の日曜日の19時に銀座のお前のお気に入りの喫茶店で会おう。俺と姉貴の予定がそこでしか合わねえ。問題ないか。
2億捻出できる話なら聞かないわけにはいかないわ。では次の日曜日の午後7時にレオポルドで。
Leopold. For some reason, that name, I recognize that name. Is this a fictional cafe or is this real? Hold on, I'm gonna look up this real quick. It's an ice cream shop. It's technically an ice cream shop. Yes, they're going to Leopold's Ice Cream. Oh my god. Hey, they're with the Girl Scouts. Maybe. I don't think this is the Leopolds they're talking about. Yeah, this is not the Leopolds they're talking about. I've never had this ice cream, actually. It's in, Savannah, Georgia. So they might have a branch in Japan, in Ginza. I don't think this is the Leopolds they're talking about. No! This is the Leopolds they're talking about! Leopold's Fine Home Furnishing! What kind of rabbit hole am I getting into? What the fuck? Okay, I do admit. This furniture is actually not that bad.
マリアちゃんによろしくね。連れてきてもいいんだぜ。
あの子の前でお金の話はやめて。
She set the receiver down with a clunk, a little violently. Oh yeah, Maria definitely did not hear that hi that her uncle said to her. Apparently, either Ava or Rudolph had gotten a hold of one of Klaus's weak points. They were probably thinking of threatening him with that at the next family conference, and forcing him to pay money. Even before hearing the details, she knew full well that it could be nothing good. But even so, this was a once-in-a-lifetime chance to pay back her large debts. Rosa took a notebook out of her handbag, and went to fill in the day she would be meeting with Rudolph and Ava. Then she frowned, and smacked herself hard in the forehead. Oh no, wait! Because written there was DZL with Maria. DZL? Wait a second. DZL? Wait a second. This might be wrong, but Disneyland with Maria? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Was Maria not able to go to Disneyland before she died? Oh, that sucks, man. Maria was in her room, playing around excitedly with Sakataro and the others. Oh, wait, was this before... Oh, this was before Rosa killed him. It was because her mother was going to take her to the music park that had just been built. Of course, yes, it is Disneyland. Disneyland on Sunday. Oh no! Looking at the clock, Rosa saw that it was just past 9 o'clock at night. Maria was breaking the lights out rule. After covering her face and agonizing for a while, Rosa stood up and stomped over to Maria's room. The room was almost certainly a mess as well. At least tonight, that was convenient. As she stood outside the door to Maria's room, listening to the happy laughter seeping through, Rosa's face twisted in anguish once again, and she looked at the floor. Then, when she raised her head again, her brow was furrowed, and her face had become an ugly expression of anger. Fuck Rosa. Fuck Rosa. Okay. Wait, is this the day of the conference? The weather wasn't looking very good. The weekend forecast had said that there was a high likelihood of a tropical cyclone growing into a large typhoon. If it was true that premonitions tended to be right, then this year's family conference would probably take place in absolutely horrible weather. Okay, this is before the conference then. In fact, Natsuhi wished that a typhoon large enough to stop boat travel to the island would seal Rokujima away forever. If that happened, she would be able to keep Kinzo's death hidden as long as she wanted.
台風が彼らを永遠に遠ざけてくれればいいのに。
Natsuhi let out a deep sigh. Just doing that made her headache throb. As the day of the family conference approached, the intensity of her headache just kept on increasing. Oh! At that time, the phone rang. Natsuhi turned the television off and picked up the receiver.
はい。
お休みのところ申し訳ございません。源氏でございます。
Hey, Genji.
何事ですか？
奥様に外線からお電話でございます。
Oh.
ですが、 名前をお名乗りになられません。
beckoning.
名乗らない？
はい。先方は話せばわかるとは申しておりますが、いかがしますか？いたずらかもしれません。
どんな相手です？
おそらく若い男性ではないかと。お心当たりはございませんか？
若い男性。
Natsuhi didn't have a clue who that might be. In the first place, there was no one amongst her acquaintances who would do something as rude as refusing to state their name. Wait a second. This might be a whistleblower. I think someone is going to tell her that class is not doing that well financially. Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh my gosh. Is someone going to whistleblow Klaus's actual business? How Klaus's business is actually going? Is this young man actually going to whistleblow? Oh, okay. That would make sense though. Like, he would not want his name to be revealed because he is whistleblowing what's going on with Klaus's business. This could make a lot of things make sense. Possibly, coming from how Natsuhi is reacting during the first game. I don't have any theories that I could, fully state right now, but ideas are forming in my head if this is a whistleblower. If this is a whistleblower, and Natsuhi figured out that Klaus is still not doing that great, business-wise, that could lead to a lot of assumptions that are going through my head. Ooh. And on top of that, a young man? Natsuhi thought, as a wife, it wasn't right for her to have connections with men other than her husband, much less a young man. It might be considered suspicious. The phone call suddenly seemed like something dirty. But at the same time, she was more interested than ever in what this person wanted to tell her. Could it be that there was some kind of trouble related to Klaus's business? What if there was some particular reason that they needed to talk to Klaus's wife instead of Klaus directly? No matter what the message, it was her duty as a wife to hear it and relay it to Klaus. If it was some strange kind of extortion attempt, she just had to firmly refuse and inform Klaus that she had received a phone call like that. If the call was something irritating, then she just had to tell Genji to never again send her a call if the caller refused to state their name. Thinking this, Natsuhi told Genji, who was offering to hang up after all, to connect her to this person. And she set the receiver down. Oh, my nose is running a bit. One second, my nose is running a bit. Where do my tissues go? Yeah, I have a runny nose right now. I'm not sick, but for some reason my nose is actually really runny today. After a short while, the phone rang again.
もしもし。
This wasn't the internal line. It was the external phone line, which Genji had transferred to her. So, it should already have been connected directly to the mysterious man. However, the person on the other end didn't respond to her. Not liking this at all, Natsuhi spoke one more time, sounding displeased.
もしもし？誰ですか？名を名乗りなさい。
Oh yeah, this is a whistleblower. This is the whistleblower. He sounds really exhausted. This is the whistleblower. Play. She heard something that sounded like a sigh. She automatically gulped. After remaining silent for a little longer, the man finally answered.
久しぶりだな。
That was the first time the man had spoken.
どれくらいぶりになるんだ？ 一体何年ぶりかな。
Is it me or does this voice kind of sound like Balor? This voice kind of sounds like Balor, but I'm not for sure. And I might be wrong too, so I apologize if I'm wrong, but this voice definitely sounds a little like Balor.
何の話です？あなたは誰ですか？
The voice certainly did sound like that of a young man. But it was a bit hard to figure out much about a person just by their voice over the phone. He sounded like a young adult, but he might actually have been of middle school age. He might actually have been of middle school age? What? Hold on. Let's hear this voice once again.
どれくらいぶりになるんだ。一体何年ぶりかな。
Yes, that sounds like a middle schooler. Well, I mean, that was basically my voice when I was in middle school, so I can't say much. I had a deep voice in middle school, so yeah. Or an adult voice. Or an adult whose voice still hadn't deepened, I'm sorry. In fact, it might have been premature to assume this person was a male at all. However, one thing was certain. Though this person spoke to Natsuhi in such a familiar and casual manner, Natsuhi had absolutely no clue who it was.
俺が誰かを名乗るのは簡単さ。だが、それでは俺があまりに悲しい。
何を言っているのか分かりかねます。あなたは誰ですか？そして私に何の用ですか？それが言えないなら興味はありません。切りますよ。
俺の望みはあんたに思い出してもらうことだ。
何を思い出せというのですか？あなたなど知りませんし、思い出すような心当たりもありません。
そんなこと言うなよ。俺はあんたの子供じゃないか。
What? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, what?
何ですって？
A Zurage year.
あなたは何を言っているんです？
そんな悲しいことを言うなよ。
Whoa! This song just dropped! Holy shit! Oh man, this song is dropping, man! Holy shit! That unsettling word thrust itself mercilessly into the depths of Natsuhi's heart and started churning it about. In Natsuhi's entire life, no one had ever said anything so unsettling to her. In her bewilderment, Natsuhi felt her heart beat so loudly that it felt like it would explode.
あなたに母と呼ばれる覚えはありません。何のつもりか知りませんが、もう切りますよ。
俺は復讐するために帰ってきたんだ。あんた19年前の罪。
What? Natsuhi's mind went blank, and beyond the sound of the wind howling from outside the window, she most certainly heard the roar of the sea from that day.
あんた、本当はもう思い出してるんだ。
Oh! There's much more to Natsuhi than what meets the eye.
何の話かわからないと言っています。もう二度とかけないでください。
19年前にあんたがした仕打ちを俺は忘れない。だからあんたを呪うためにあえてそれでもいや、だからこそ俺はあんたを母さんと呼ぶよ。もうすぐ親族会議じゃないか。
ぶりにあんたに復讐するためにOh, this is getting really good! Holy shit! You know, I thought this was going to be some whistleblower to Klaus's business! This is 1,000 times better! What the hell was I thinking? You know that urban legend with the babysitter who keeps on getting a call from some guy that keeps on asking her has she checked the children? You know that urban legend? This is what this feels like right now. This phone call, it has the same energy as that urban legend where that babysitter just kept on getting calls and calls from somebody asking if she checked the children or not. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actually giving me goosebumps now. Holy shit. I remember that urban legend. I remember that urban legend quite well because when I was younger, I was super into urban legends. So, this parallel to that urban legend with what's going on right here, fucking amazing. Holy shit. I don't think this is the reference they're going for, but if it is, oh my god. I am feeling so much nostalgia right now. Click. Breathing so hard, her shoulders heaved. Natsuhi slammed the receiver down and hung up. Then she hit the phone violently, knocking the receiver off, so that there was no chance of that man calling back. I can hear the roar of the sea. The voice I'm hearing from beyond the howling wind must be... No matter how I cover my ears, the headache won't... Completely pale, Natsuhi kept shivering as though cold.
Ramda, いる？ええ、いるわよ。ベルンが望めばどこにでも。じゃあ台所の床下収納に入ってて。ぬかみその壺の中でもいいわ。ああ、私お味噌につけてかじってくれるの？でもそれなら蜂蜜につけてほしいものだわ。お返しにベルンは砂糖水で煮込んであげる。せめて砂糖醤油とみりんにして。
She's in on the idea too.
それで何？復唱要求でも気取っちゃう？そうよ。この夏日の電話のやり取りは事実？
Lambda Delta grinned unpleasantly, as though sizing Burn Castle up. She was probably trying to tease Burn Castle by taking her time on the repetition request.
復唱拒否。さてね。拒否か応じるかどうしようかな。それを決めるのはゲームマスターの私の自由だし、その判断をいつするかさえ自由。
Oh, is this phone call a fact or not? Or wait, is this also in Natsuhi's head? You know what? Just have fun. This is not in Natsuhi's head. She got that phone call. She got that fucking phone call. I'm gonna have fun here, and I want to have fun. So that was not in her head. Someone called her.
青字宣言でない限り、あんたに答える義務はないしね。そういうこと。今はせいぜい、夏日の19年前に一体どんな秘密が？と、ワクワクテクテクしてなさい。
I am. I can even sit further on the edge of my seat. Oh, jeez, this is kind of weird. Of course, this fishy telephone call occurs before October 4th, 1986. This is still before the start time of the game, so it's not necessary to question whether it's true or false in the first place.
ゲームマスターのあんたがわざわざ見せた以上、何かの布石だと思っとくわ。騙しかもしれないけれど、一応あんたのこの察しては記憶に留めておく。このカードを伏せたまま場に出すってやつね。まあいいか。何？ダイレクトアタック。
After suddenly being conked on the head, Lambda Delta was bewildered. But perhaps this incomprehensible exchange was funny to her. because she quickly went back to giggling.
これであんたのゲーム版の準備は十分？
ええ、そうよ。それじゃあいよいよゲームを進めるわよ。1986年10月4日にね。
Oh man.
何度目の1986年10月4日かしらね。無限の魔女か。ベアトリーチェ、やはり恐ろしい子だわ。
ベルン側は何か行動ある？
ないわよ。あんたが復讐要求に応えないならそれで終わり。
ターンエンドね。スタート。クリーンアップドローン。さあ来たれ。1986年10月4日。
Umineko no Nakakura ni Chiru. Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. Oh man! Oh man, that is a good ending. That is a good ending to this chapter. Holy shit. You know, I thought that phone call was going to be from the first day, October 4th, 1986. Fruto Rica. Okay. Dwarf Summoner. Oh man.
やっぱりこのバラ庭園は圧巻だぜ。
Thank you, Malor. Thank you, Malor. Thank you for letting this video end with some sort of calm after that fucking intense scene. Holy crap! Oh, fuck, man. Okay. Wow. Wow. Oh, shit, my glasses.
Okay.